Okay, there we go.
Here I am. I was like,
she declined it. Hold on a second.
No, I'm so sorry. I this is the first IG live I've done with someone, so pardon.
You're perfectly fine. Well, first off, thank you so much for agreeing to join Aspire to Inspire virtual interviews with industry professionals like yourself. I'm so thrilled to have you a part of this platform and for you to share your story as a working actress with us. Yes, first off, how are you doing?
I'm good. I am working through a migraine, so if I'm a little off, I apologize, but I had to be here. I had to come and talk to you. I've been looking forward to it. So
Yes.
if I'm a little bit off, I apologize.
No, you're perfectly fine.
And also, look, we have like the matching
we
do.
Are matching.
Wait a minute. Okay, the matching hairdo.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Great minds like we could place it.
That's right.
For sure. But yes, to officially get started, one, I would love for you to welcome yourself to everyone on this live and to people who will be watching this and just dive into some of your credits. I think it's best for you to speak on them rather than me. I think you do it way more justice than I can, just for everyone to give a gist of who you are outside of what you do. And yes, please, I think this will be a great way to open up.
Okay, sure. Hi, everyone, whoever's watching. My name's Jenn Van Epps. I am an actor, but I guess you guys already know that. So I think recently what everyone knows me from is as Tess in the hit movie M3GAN, which was wild. I gotta be honest, I was not expecting that. That was like such a blessing, but we can talk about that later. So Tess and M3GAN, some other things I've been on Power Rangers. There's this movie called Don't Make Me Go that actually meant a lot to me as an actor because I basically play a deadbeat mom, which I am a mom in real life. So I think as an actor, the juicy nuggets is being able to stretch yourself and step into a character that you might have empathy with. I think that's the best way to, anyway, Don't Make Me Go. I was Nicole in Don't Make Me Go. What else? I was a series regular in this show here called One Lane Bridge. I was on a little snippet on The Wilds when that was up. I had a little snippet on, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was gonna have to, now I'm like, what have I been doing? No Exit. I got to play a little cop in that horror movie, No Exit, which was so terrifying. It was so funny because even though I read the script and I knew it was happening, when I watched it, I was still like, ooh, oh my God. What else? Oh man. Anyway, check out my IMDb Pro. I'm also a mom. Or not pro, just IMDb. I'm a mom to a beautiful 9-year-old, Rosalind, if you're watching. I am a mom and a wife and a sister and a friend and a big supporter of other young actors trying to do the thing, you know?
I love it. And okay, the reason I don't want to put you on the spot, but I kind of did, but I feel as though you get a list of the credits that you have done. It can only speak in testimony to just how consistent your work is and how credible and amazing it is to just hear your journey, but also reflecting, watching you. Of course, I am a huge fan of the feature film M3GAN, and I think it was so well done. Your character was so awesome, and the storyline was completely awesome. But
thank you.
It's just amazing to hear an actor's journey, and at the pit of it all, you're a mom, a wife, a human being.
That's right. That's right.
We love it.
Wait, you know what? My first, I did a lot of commercials growing up. I guess that's actually important to say. Like, I think there's a lot of actors out there that are like, I don't do commercials. First of all, it's money in your pocket that helps you to like relax. And second of all, I mean, I think it just helps you to get on set and learn some things, you know? And also, you don't know what this director is going to be doing next year.
Yes, that is.
And they want to remember you, right?
Very true.
So before you say, like, before all you actors out there say, like, I don't do, oh, hi, Dad. My dad's there. Everyone say hi to my dad. What's up, Dad? And when my besties, Theo is on watching my daughter. So hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry. Just had to give the shout out. I just saw them come up. Yeah. Yeah, so I started out, I guess I should say that I started out doing commercials, and it was kind of like a really strange thing. Like I had always kind of been acting when I was little. I was Goldilocks when I was 5. I beat out all the little blondies to claim and clinch the role of Goldilocks. I was the only one that could sing, so I was the only choice. Anyway, from there I did more singing. But then I did commercials, and the first acting on camera I did that was professional. My first credit on IMDb is America's Most not America's Most, yeah, America's Most Wanted. Not America's Most Wanted.
Oh.
That's it. Oh no, I'm here. Sorry. I turned that off. I have a little timer on because I go into the rabbit hole, so it tells me when I'm on too long.
You're good.
Okay, anyway.
You're good.
Anyway, so that's that. You never say no to any opportunity. But yeah, it was like some just slightly off America's Most Wanted kind of show. So that was great. It's my first credit.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And thank you so much for sharing just the importance of diving into commercial work to understand how being on set is like. And even the importance of networking. You never know who you'll possibly meet in the future. This business is small for a reason, if you know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're working with someone on set, and then they're directing something, and you never know where your opportunities can come from. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I think it's a beautiful segue into my next question for you. And being an actor, and of course in this business, I'm sure there's a lot of misconceptions that you may have received about your role as an actress in this business. What do you believe is one of the biggest misconceptions you may have heard?
I think that we're really good at lying. You know, like they're like, you're an actor, so I don't know if you're being honest, but actually, like, at the kernel of, this is for non-actors, I think the kernel of what a good actor is truth. And so finding truth in every character and having empathy for them, like that's what creates, like when you watch someone and you go, wow, that performance, I didn't even see that person, it's because they're coming from a truthful place. So that number one, that actors are schemers and liars, no, that's not true. At least not in my case, or I know your case.
Right.
What other thing? Oh, I think that that we might do anything. I mean, I do know some people would do anything. I personally wouldn't, that you would do anything to get a role. No, I mean, like there's some things that I've had to pass and I go, that's cool, that's not for me, you know? I am not hungry to the point of sacrificing who I am to get a role. I mean, you know, if it starts drying up, then they come and talk to me. But my dad's on, so I had to say that. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's too cute. That's too cute. But no. That's so important. Not every role is going to be for you, but I think it is strong for actors to have a thin line on one, what they're comfortable with, and not to jump on to every role. Because one, it could not be for you. B, it could be well suited for someone else, and they should take that opportunity to do that role. But yeah, it can conflict with beliefs, it can conflict with our opinions, and can come across with that. But I appreciate you sharing that, because starting out in the business, a lot of people would just jump onto something, you know, of course, for the building of their resume to grow as an actor, but just the importance of waiting and timing and just being comfortable with what comes in the timing of it. I think that's super crucial.
And I think that to that point, I do get a lot of auditions. At first glance, I'll go, is this me? But you know what? Like, that's not my job to decide, right? Like, as long as there's not something deeply disturbing to me, and I don't mind something that's slightly off-putting. Like I said, being a deadbeat mom is not something I would morally do, but that's not, does that make sense? Like, I separate character from the content of what I feel like, what am I putting out into the world? Anyway, so example, like, I mean, I've auditioned for all sorts of stuff where I'm like, I am not this person, but you know what? The casting director or producers, whoever, they believe that I have some quality that they want to see. And even if you read the breakdown, this is for all the actors, like if you read the breakdowns and you go, is that me? It's not for you to judge. It's for you to say, how do I, depending on what your method is, if it's, I mean, everyone has their own method, but how do I make this uniquely my take and my voice? And oftentimes they might look at that and say, number one, say, that's not how I imagined it. We loved it. Still can't give her the role, which means you booked the room, which my manager had to remind me yesterday. Actually, I started crying because she said, even though it's been a hard year, all the auditions you put in, you booked the room. Every casting director that didn't know you contacted me after to say something about you. Like, tell me more about her. So that's important for you actors out there. Like, just because you don't get the audition does not mean it wasn't a success. Okay, your bank account might be crying, okay? But I mean, like, the point is, you know, shout out to Louise and Echo Lake Management, that booking the room is just as important, because those connections based on you as a human being and your artistry it's just paying dividends. It's like putting money into a savings account, you know?
Well said. I love that. Well said.
Yeah.
Booking the room. I can attest to that time and time again. We get so caught up in just booking the role, but wow,
that's right.
To book the room and to gain a fan while doing so. You know what I mean?
And it takes it takes the pressure off, right? Like, it's not about today in this audition, and it's not even about me and my character. It's about the story, but it's really about tomorrow. You know, what's tomorrow? What's coming up tomorrow? I don't know, but let me just not worry about today, so I'm not like, ooh, anxiety bound, you know?
Right. Anxiety bound. So I gotta let it go. Just let it go. It's amazing what letting go of auditions can do, and just, I wouldn't say stay so focused on it, because you start, I'm an energy person. When you get so caught up into one role, I do think there's just let it go and just breathe, move on, go outside, get some fresh air, spend time with family, do something that's outside of, oh, I want to book this role so badly. I appreciate that. I love when actors talk about that.
And treat yourself. After an audition. That's something from one of my teachers, Amy Farrell. I love you, Amy. Treat yourself after every audition, because you are putting yourself on the line emotionally, spiritually, physically. Sometimes, like, you deserve that. You deserve to, like, pat yourself. No one else is going to give you the kudos. You got to pat yourself, have an ice cream. It doesn't even have to cost money. Like you said, walk outside and, like, look at a tree. I don't care, but, like, do something for you after you basically put yourself on the line, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot emotionally, even physically and mentally. This whole self-tape world, I mean, we're producers and editors and directors.
That's right.
So you gotta be able to unwind and treat yourself.
Yeah.
And I would just love to take a minute to dive into your work, just get a little bit deeper, and particularly, I'd love to talk about your role of Tess in the Blumhouse production of M3GAN. First off, watching the film and just being able to speak with you, and I just want to know, what was that experience like to work on a project like that for Blumhouse? Of course, there's some horror elements to the project. What was your experience like being on set, booking the role? Any major moments or learning lessons you may have experienced while there? Please feel free to share while on this.
Oh, man. Okay, so I want to talk about the audition, because let me just tell you something. It ain't over till it's over. Because so the first call was a tape, and that was so fun. Shout out to my friend Lauren. It was like, actually, I need to do more self-tapes with her too, because I would book, like, she's not an actor, but she had this, like, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, fast forward. We did the self-tape, and then I get a call for the callback. I'm like, okay. And so that's fine. So so I went in to do the callback, and then Miranda, shout out to Miranda, I love you, casting director, one of our local casting directors who I adore. She said to call, but there was a mix-up, because I was going to be, what was it? There was some mix-up. I was like, maybe shooting something, because I was busy at that time. And I thought she only wanted me to call if I couldn't make it in. I was going to we were going to do a Zoom call.
Okay.
No, that wasn't. I walked in and she's like, You didn't call. And I was like, oh my God, I was supposed to call? Oh, shoot. Okay. Then it turns out I had the wrong sides. I had come in with the wrong, I don't know what draft or what, I don't know. Anyway, I had the wrong side memorized. And I walk in and I like, see Gerard, we're having a conversation. Like Miranda and I are like, like just having a little side chat out of the mouth, like, I don't know if these are the right sides. I don't know what I'm doing. And then Gerard, bless him, I love Gerard. Gerard was like, what's going on? I'm like, I think I have the wrong. He's like, just read the page. I'm like, great, okay. And again, because I had done the work of like who I thought Tess was, and it was close enough to what it was, I ran back. I'm back. Sorry, I did it. And at that moment, I did the audition. I'm thinking, he thinks I'm an idiot. This guy thinks I'm a moron. Like, you don't have the right sides, like, you know, X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, but the thing is, I relinquished in that moment. I literally, it was probably the best thing. I relaxed. I was like, well, here I am. This is all I can do. So we're just going to do it. And I left. I saw my friend in the hallway who was up for a callback as well. Adore her. And I was like, yeah, I don't know how that went. Just laughing. She's like, sounds like you're having a good time. I'm like, yeah, we were laughing because I was ridiculous and I had the wrong sides. Anyway, a few weeks later, I'm on vacation and my agent, my then agent, Britta, shout out to Britta, said, so how do you feel about, and I literally had relinquished this to the universe, was like, this ain't happening. That's fine. How do you feel about working with Allison William? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on vacation. I was like, in a restaurant. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, I couldn't believe it. Because Allison herself, I mean, now that I know her, she's just a wonderful human. But before knowing her, you know, I'm thinking like Girls, which is, I love that show. When I lived in New York, I thought that was my life. It was not my life. And then obviously Get Out, what a transformational movie, you know? So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is an incredible opportunity. So yeah, that was the backstory of how I got it. And then just being on set, there was so much learning that happened. Because this was my first feature film where I'm like part of the whole narrative, part of the whole arc. Like I'm helping to drive the story, not just popping in as like a day player or whatever. And that was such a learning experience. And the biggest learning experience, which has been my journey, and I'll get to that in a minute, was just having the belief that I deserve to be there. Because, you know, those old demons were like, do you deserve to be here? Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Maybe not. Maybe you're a solid rock, all the time.
No, that's a lie. I'll say that. No, that's a lie. I have little voices. Keep going.
Okay, good. Okay, great. Yeah, so being on set was just really transformational and just finding my own voice. And again, I'm going to shout out Allison again, because there's this one moment where we did this scene. It was the scene in, okay, so like when we are watching Katie and she's upset and she's crying.
Right, okay.
And, you know, Megan's painting this thing or whatever. They're painting together. Or no, she starts singing to her. I'm sorry. She starts singing to her, like, I'll always be here. If you have a memory, I'll save it for you, whatever, something like that. And we did the take. We did it without playback, and I just didn't feel the same emotion as when Brian had done the take. I just didn't feel like, again, not about me, but for the story. And so I was just telling Allison, I said, man, I really want to do that again because I really need to hear playback. You know, hearing the M3GAN character like sing this song, like it just does something for you emotionally, and I think for the character. She's like, ask for another take. And I'm like, huh? I can't ask for another take. I'm like, you're number one. You can ask for whatever you want. And you're an EP. You can do whatever you want to do. She's like, just, I think Jenn needs another take, right? And I'm like, yeah. And we did the take, and the producers were like, that's what we needed. That like, those reactions, like, that's what we needed. And so trust yourself. If it's not an indulgent ask, I'm not an indulgent actor. I trust that we're going to get, but if you know, and again, you're in a specific role that allows you to then ask for it, you know, if you're a day player, asking for another take is not really it's not really, you don't get to do that. I'm sorry. Right. But asking for that, because I know it's going to to bring a quality that we need for the story is okay. And it's not indulgent and big-headed to do, you know?
Yeah.
So that was such a learning moment for me, honestly. Big learning moment.
Yeah. And I mean, you hit on a lot of things, and just,
Sorry.
and no, don't apologize, because with you sharing that, there's just so many takeaways that people who are going to be listening to this, and me listening to it as well, just the importance of knowing you belong there on that set. You belong there. And how much power is that for us to know that, hey, you know, oh, I felt like you may have flopped on the audition. Obviously you didn't.
Yeah.
Here you are. They loved you, they adored you. And when moments like that where we feel as though that I don't know, you know, it was okay. I made them laugh, great, moving on. And actually being there and claiming that role for yourself, and of course doing the work and character analysis and all that type of stuff, and to actually being on set and just having that feeling of, hey, like, you know, not only did I do this, and, you know, of course by the grace of God, but like, hey, like, I can actually have a say. I think that's just so important that, you know, like, my voice here matters. I'm driving the story for the characters, and, you know, I just, oh, that's just so amazing for you to share that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And on the flip side, there was another scene. Oh, the scene when we were in, when M3GAN, like, so with the three of us are in the lab, and Allison's character says, oh, it's the happiest she's ever been since her parents died. That scene where, and then M3GAN like starts asking about death. That scene.
Yeah.
My take on it was, I'm going to be the firm friend in this moment. This was my take, right? It was not the right take. And so they were trying to get me to understand it. And one of the producers took me aside and kind of explained it. And it just clicked. So sometimes, yeah, it just works. So I was open. The thing is, I guess, it's be open to a redirection. And actually, when you see it, you're like, that's exactly who Tess is. That makes sense, to be able to say something to someone in a gentle, kind way, but also check her, but also from a place of concern, you know?
Yes.
And so being open to a redirection, and not saying like, I know everything because I worked on this character. Guess what? They've been living with this characters longer than you have, really and truly. And so being able to take feedback, and I'm just lucky that the you know, Gerard and Adam and they were all like really kind and empathetic, you know, like just at all points. So having a team like that really does make you feel safe, especially like that didn't happen often. I didn't get, anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that brings up, in conjunction, at the end of the movie, there was a scene where, you know, the scene where Cole gets hung by M3GAN, where we get blown up. It was really sweet because, like, the production team, the producers, they came up and they said, like, are you okay? Like, I don't know if this feels traumatic, you know, if it's reminiscing to like lynching or whatever, like people being hung, and, you know, if that feels traumatic, just let us talk to us about that. And I loved that. You know, they wanted to speak to me as Jenn, like, are you okay? And that was just phenomenal, you know, to know that they were looking out for my well-being, not just like the bottom line, you know. That was, what a beautiful working environment. It was great.
Working environment,
everybody's great
experience. I mean, I can only attest to it by listening, but oh man, I'm sure that just being in an environment like that is just so beneficial, and it also forces you as an actor to want to continue being on sets like that and to work with people like that, and it just keeps you inspired to know that there's fellow creatives out there who care about my well-being, care about me as an actor, and that just is going to push and drive you to want to work with more collaborators, more directors, writers, producers, people, you know? I think that's so awesome.
Oh, I want to shout out to Esther. She was one of our ADs. I just saw her. I was like, who's on here? Oh, my friend Xana. Anyway, Esther. Hi, Esther. She She was one of our ADs, and she worked very closely with the two little ones, with Amy and Violet. We couldn't have, I don't think any of us could have done it without her. So I don't know if she's still on or not. I'm just, so suddenly I'm like, oh, there's people on here watching things.
For sure. Oh, that's so awesome. I love all these people who are joining your live to support you. I mean, I can only attest to the type of person you are. Just amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, of course.
Oh, and my sister-in-law. Hi, Steph.
I love it. They're supporting you. I love it. I adore it. And yeah, just a few more questions for you.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Oh my god.
Does anyone ever ask you?
Please, no one has ever.
We'll get back to me. No, I want to know about your journey. Like, has there been? I'm back. Sorry. It's my timer, my get off Instagram timer that kicks me off.
So important. I need that.
Yeah. So for you, like, what has been a role that you've done that you've either loved or you feel like you've grown so much? Doing, or, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a little context about myself. I officially moved to Los Angeles as of 2 years ago to pursue acting. And I'm here by the grace of God with my family who support me every step of the way. And I'm born and
Wait, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
22.
You're so young.
I know. Stop it.
Beautiful.
But, no. I born and raised in Philadelphia. I moved out here 2 years ago to pursue acting, and I have been very, very blessed to have a very supportive team, an manager grow with me in building up myself as an actor in this business. And with building myself as an actor, I have to tie it in with this podcast because a lot of opportunities have come across to me with collaborating with a lot of actors through this podcast. And also, of course, with the connections of my amazing agent and manager. But I've been able to work on short films and student films, and just, again, the importance of collaborating with like-minded individuals and feeling comfortable to work with those individuals. That's something that I pour my spirit into. I would love to, well, not would love to, but I had the opportunity of working on a really cool web series for Bratz TV, and they have a production going on that side on YouTube. Did a a guest star role on that web series for their season 2 of Chicken Girls, and also for a spin-off series. So again, I feel as though I am growing and developing in this business as a creator, as an actor with this podcast, and also as an actor as well. So honestly, I am still auditioning and still doing any and everything within I can, with what I can, where I am, just moving on to the next level, whether it's turning this podcast into a talk show. Like I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very ambitious to see it go. And for my acting career as well, who knows what this new year could bring? You know,
that's right.
Coming about, and the new year is just around the corner.
I know.
Oh my gosh! I know, right? 2024. Like, please slow down.
I know.
But yeah, I can only attest to see what this next chapter of my life could go to, because it was a huge leap of faith to leave town and to be here in the state of hustle and Hollywood and the business, of course. But I would not have traded for the world. I've learned so much as an individual. And that's all to say that I don't know what's in store, but I'm here for the journey, and I'm passionate about it. And that's a little bit about me. I'm so not used to people asking. But no, I appreciate that. I think
of course,
taking it out there.
And listen, I honestly, like, for me, I didn't have momentum till I was 40. People are gonna know how old I am.
No, I mean.
No, it's okay. On the internet, it has some other age that I'm not. By the way, I didn't put that there. I'm not trying to hide my age. Is it okay to ask? Somebody asked a question. Is it okay to answer the question? Tom asked a question. What do you both see as a deal breaker in any role reading a script? Hi, Tom. And then there's Moscatoni from Greece wanted to say hi. But anyway, is that okay if we say, oh, and then hi Xana, my girl Xana. And Xana, by the way, shout out to Xana. She's in Mulan. She's an incredible, incredible actor. Like, she's incredible. You can interview her. I'm just totally pimping you out, Xan. That's fine. But yeah, so yeah, let's answer that question. I think that's an interesting question, right? What do you both see as a deal breaker in any role when reading scripts? That's interesting.
Ooh. Do you want to tackle this? Because I think
yeah,
I can piggyback off.
Honestly, I think I mean, this is really basic, but like, I want to see good writing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty open. Like, I mean, there's a couple things that I read this year. I'm not going to say anything that I felt like, man, this writing isn't good. But I also sometimes I just audition anyway because can I put a dress on a pig? What's some of you familiar? What's the thing? Anyway, can I put a dress on a pig? I don't know. You know, it's kind of a fun, like, can I make gold out of doo-doo? You know, like, it's a great challenge. So I think as an actor, like, if you're like, this script is kind of not well written, you know what? I can't judge. First of all, if you start judging it from the jump, you're gonna have a terrible audition. But number two, I'll do it anyway. But honestly, awesome writing. Even if it's I'm not a horror person. Okay, like I still don't watch. I tried to start watching what was I watching the other? Anyway, some horror. What was it? I'll think about it later. Hill House, Haunting of Hill House, and I immediately after the first episode, I turned it off. I was freaking out.
Right.
So you know, had I looked at a script and said like M3GAN, it's in the genre of horror, which honestly it's not. To me, it's more like thriller with a little sci-fi tilt to horror. So it's not like, yeah, not super scary, you know, murderous,
not gory.
soul-sucking stuff. Yeah, not gory nor is it like supernatural scary.
Right.
But yeah, so good writing. I'm looking for good writing, good story, and that's really it. I'm pretty open. Like, I'm pretty open to genre, you know? Thank you, Dad. Putting lipstick on a pig. That's my vibe. He's out here putting lipstick on a pig. I was like, put a dress on a pig? Putting lipstick on a pig. That's right.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It does come down to the writing. And when, be careful. When the writing is good. When the writing is good, you can tell. You can tell when the writing is good.
Yeah.
And I don't want to judge every project based off of its writing. I just know that I can gain more understanding of the character, of what's going on when the writing is good. So if the writing is good, that's going to bring me more close to want to know the role that I'm in, or what's going on, what's the circumstances, what's the synopsis, and it allows me to pour more into what's happening when the writing is great. So yes.
That's right. That's right.
Great question. I love that. And oh man,
wait, hold on, Tom. If you have a book you want me, well, look, when you get a script, you can always jump into my DMs and you know, I can read your scripts. Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. But you have to be open to. Here's the thing. You have to be open to feedback. And if you know, if I read it and I go, it's not for me, I'll try and be polite. But you know, yeah, sure. You know, I don't know. But good luck, Tom. Good luck turning your book into a movie. Good luck.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, congrats to you, sending you good vibes with that. And
that's right.
Constructive criticism. You gotta you gotta be receptive to it.
That's right.
And it's never a bad thing to get constructive criticism. It's growth.
No.
It's growth.
And you can tell the difference between constructive criticism and someone just trying to drag you down. You always can smell it.
That is
and you just have to know the difference, you know?
So true. So true. And yes, oh man, I could talk to you honestly forever, but I just have a few more questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
On this platform of Aspire to Inspire, I always ask this to my guests because it requires you to do a little bit of manifesting, to dream big, to realize where you see yourself. And the question is as follows. Jenn, where do you desire to see yourself in this business and life? Let's say about 5 years down the line, where do you desire to see yourself?
Oh man, the question. I see myself. How do I see my? I mean, I. It's so hard because it's like I think I'm still in this moment of I just still want to be working. I want to be a series. I've never been a series regular on like a network show or HBO or whatever. Like for me, yeah. I mean, I'm again, like I said, I think like we were talking about manifesting and stuff. A lot of the reason why it took me longer, I think, on my journey, this marathon of acting, is that I had to tune into that, like tune into this idea of now. Again, for all you people out there, it's like, oh, manifesting. It's not just you sit in a dark room and do nothing. It's like anything, you know. Gosh darn it, here I am. An architect has to see the building before they can draw it before it gets built, right? So I had to see that, and a big part of it is I did the artist way, which if a lot of you actors out there need something to do, I tell every young actor, even old actor that's feeling a slump, like do it. Do the artist way. Anyway, so in 5 years I would love to be a series regular on a show like The Bear or Succession. Like I love, or White Lotus. Like I like shows where you're just people talking, living a life, and maybe it's a little bit slightly dark, slightly comedy, slightly dark, but just people talking. Like I'm a connector. I actually do. Speaking about prom, I would love to read more and suggest, and in a producer's role, like take a book and turn it into movies, actually, which is true. Like there's a book I've read that I loved, and won't talk about it, but that I really, really have a heart for and feel like it'd be an incredible movie. Like, I am not writer, director kind of person. I'm not, I relinquished that. Like I was beating myself up about that. Like, oh, all the young people, everyone's like writing and directing and whatever, putting up their shows. You know what? That's not my passion. I just want to like act and connect. That's what I really love. But if I could produce, because again, that's about connecting, like being the person that connects people and finding people that'll work well together to make a project happen. Okay. I would love. It's so funny because I have this thing. I don't want. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Like that I see. Anyway, I have a thing that I see myself doing. And it's just like standing on the steps of Con. I don't know what that is, but I see that. I see myself, like that's a visualization I see. So I don't know what that means, but now I'm getting into my dream life. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting into my woo-woo space. I just suddenly saw it's like I see myself standing on the steps, you know?
Interesting.
So what that is, we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll see, but I just again to visualize it. Oh, that's amazing. To be able to visualize it and to be like, I don't know what that is or what's that in correlation with, but I think seeing it is one thing. Speaking out, speaking about it is another, but just the visualizing it, that's half the battle, I feel like. Visualizing it and knowing it within yourself. I think that's so yes.
You know what? There's a script. There's also a script. I can't say anything else about this, but Ian knows what I'm talking about. There's this show that someone I dearly love that directed something that I can't wait for everyone to see later, a short film that I love that I think is incredible. I hope we work. I'm manifesting that. I hope that happens for us because that script is incredible. That's it. I can't say anything else about anything, but I hope that comes to fruition. That's what I'm going to manifest in 5 years, actually. That is it. That's the show. That's the job. That's the show. That's the job. And I won't say anything else because I can't. Hi, Tian. My buddy Tian's on. Hi. But yeah, so that I can't say anything else, but okay. Oh, that would be, I would love it. Oh my God, that's it. Wait, hold on. Let's take a second to like, let's manifest that. Let's manifest that juicy thing. Oh, the writing's so good. Oh my goodness.
I love seeing how passionate you are about it. I adore it. I love your energy. You're just
Thank you.
down to earth and very grounded in what you do, and it's so evident that you're passionate about it. I'm just soaking up your aura. I'm doing it.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course, anytime. And my very last question for you,
yes,
Jenn. You've been a pleasure and an honor to talk to as a human being.
Yeah.
I ask all of my guests this in conclusion to the interview, but Jenn, how do you desire to use your beautiful platform to inspire those you may come in contact with?
You know what? I think it's just my own story of like I said, like things didn't pop off for me until much later in life. And the main reason why is I had serious anxiety going into rooms. Like when I lived in LA, I live in New Zealand, by the way, everybody. I'm American, and I can work at home, but I had crippling anxiety, which then had a grip on decisions I would make in the room. Like you can't take direction well. You're so stuck to the page and you're not malleable. And a lot of that comes from self-doubt and not believing that I deserve to be in any of these rooms, really, ultimately. And so there was a lot of like internal work that I had to do to get to where I am, and where I continue to be. I see the mountaintop and I don't know what the path is, and I don't know what it's going to lead to. And that's not my job. My job is to take each step at a time and make sure I'm whole inside. So all of you actors and artists and creatives, like you have to find that thing within yourself that is your solid rock, your home. So that when it's hard out there, because it's hard out there,
yeah.
And when you have a bad day, you don't give it up. Because this industry rewards people who persist. And the other thing is also to that, it's also okay to not persist. You are not a failure if you say that this is not for me. Like, honestly and truly, just because you told everyone from high school, like, I'm going to be an actor, and then suddenly you're like, actually, I don't love it as much. I don't love the business. I just want to do community theater and be a real estate agent. Totally great. Do that. Please. Do what soothes you. But really, at the end of the day, like, the only reason why I've been able to make small steps in my career is like just sorting out my insides, therapy, meditation, exercise. Like these are all, whatever that means to you, you know, if you're religious, whatever it is, like, but those are the things that have really, really like transformed my life. I think my dad, who's probably still watching, can attest to that. Like the level of growth that has happened. Anxiety is something I will deal with forever. I will probably go to every set and be like, oh my God, my stomach is in knots, but I can control that. Like I have tools to recenter. And I think that's important for everyone to find. So I just want to like send so much love and hope to all you creatives out there that are like, should I give up? Well, it's not giving up. First of all, if you want to, it's taking care of yourself. But if you want to persist, we all have bad days, and that's okay.
So true.
Yeah.
True. And just, wow. We can wrap up there because I could talk to you forever.
I could keep talking. I'm a
had my own therapy session for myself. I feel just an overwhelming feeling of gratitude and just thankfulness to hear from you, to have your experience shared on this platform. Yes, so wide.
Dan.
Oh man, I only wish you tons and tons of more of success. I want to see more of you in this business, whether in front of behind, it doesn't matter. I just hope and pray that even one day we could possibly work together down the line.
That would be great.
I think it would be beautiful.
You could play my little sister. Maybe my daughter. I'm getting to that age. Shoot. Oh, thanks, Faces of Nora. That was sweet of you to say. Thank you. Yeah. Y'all can do it, whatever it is. Like, I just, you know, sorry, I know we're trying to get off, but when you said gratitude, that is something that actually I moved from, you know, like that has been a huge pillar and centering point of my life is gratitude for whatever comes my way. And some days I'm in a dark hole. And I have to climb out of it with gratitude, as you said. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I can keep talking.
No, you're fine. Oh, you're a great speaker and you're very, very motivational. So I wasn't gonna stop you, but I do want to be conscious of your time. I know you're in New Zealand, which is amazing. One of my go-to destination spots that I want to do in my life.
Come on down.
But
hit me up.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe I'll meet you in New Zealand. God works.
Okay.
But wow, Jen, you're amazing. I wish you the best.
Thank
in
you.
everything you do.
You too.
You are amazing. We'll talk more later. And
yes.
And yeah, I just hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
My day. I'm gonna go pick up this child. Got a barbecue. But honestly, to you too, congratulations on like doing this. Taking steps in your own career, for believing in yourself, for being a sparkly light, for, you know, there's so much, especially right now. I'm not getting into anything because I'm not, but in this moment of a lot of tension and fraught anxiety and anger, and that you're bringing and choosing to bring light to remind us that like there's goodness out there. Oh my gosh, don't start crying on IG Live. You know, you know, like to remind people that there's still good out there. There's a lot of good out there. And you're one of those people bringing that. I hope your parents are proud. I know they are. And you should be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. And I just met you. Shoot. So congrats. Congrats on that. And you got the, oh, hi, Simone. Oh, so Simone, wait, hold on. We have to say hi real quick because, so Simone, I played her daughter's, Mia Isaac's mother in Don't Make Me Go, the movie I was talking about earlier. And she's an incredible parent. Incredible parent.
Thanks so much for joining. I love that.
Yeah. Hi. Mwah. Miss you guys. Please go and watch Black Cake, by the way. I'm not shouting out my own stuff, but Mia's show, Black Cake, please go watch that. Oh, please, everybody. Okay.
Oh, will do. Oh, you have so many people supporting you, and I absolutely love and adore it. Oh. You have such a wonderful heart of shouting out to people, and that just again attests to how amazing you are, of just bringing everyone along with the journey with you and bringing people along with you. That's so amazing and so beautiful.
Is that your mom?
No, that is real estate. That's my sister.
Deborah Lynn.
That's my grandmother.
Hi, Grandma. Oh, you are so proud. That's on everybody's.
My dad laid back.
You guys are proud. She's wonderful. Congratulations. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys.
Thanks so much for supporting. And again, Jen, thank you so much for being
here. Anytime. I'll come back anytime.
Yes. We'll love to have you back. But enjoy the rest of your day. I don't want to hold you up anymore.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.